3 weeks, guys. We are 3 short weeks away from Halloween Kills. What's up, everybody? I am Nick Push. No intro video today because, as Loomis says in Halloween 5, there isn't a minute to wait. God, I hate mentioning Halloween 5 and Halloween Kills video because I think one movie is going to be much better than the movie mentioned. But anyway, let's get into this. So, I know I hate when channels do this, guys, but I'm just going to do it because it really helps out the channel. Please, if you like Halloween Kills, if you like Halloween, if you like horror, we're going to be talking a lot of things in the future, whether it's the Halloween franchise, whether it's the Scream franchise. There's a new Scream movie coming out in January, so I'm excited to talk about that. But if you like listening to stuff about that, please hit that subscribe button. It really helps out the channel. Appreciate it. On the subject, I don't normally do this. But I have a couple channels that I've been doing some collaborations with that I just wanted to give a quick shout out and ask you for your guys' help and support to go to their channels and subscribe to them. One is Jake Plaster Productions. You guys have heard me mention him before. He's a good buddy of mine, has great content over there. So please go check out his channel and do him a favor and hit that subscribe button. And the other one is a newer channel. It's a bunch of guys, a bunch of big Halloween fans. It's called the Halloweenverse. One word. They have a lot of cool content that's coming out, similar to this, where they're talking about Halloween Kills, and they have a lot of cool things planned in the future. So it's a big up-and-coming channel. So do me a favor, go over to their channel and hit that subscribe button because it'll really help them out. And I really feel like you guys will enjoy their content on both of those channels. I wouldn't say it if I didn't think it. I'm not just going to be here promoting my friends. That's not what I do. But I really think you guys would gain something from going and checking their channels out. I feel like you'd enjoy it. So if you can, do me a favor and give them some support. All right, enough of that. Let's get into this. Today's video is going to be the top 10 things I am looking forward to in Halloween Kills. So I made a list of number 10 all the way to number 1. Some of them will be pretty obvious, and some of them, there's a couple on here that I feel like might surprise you guys. So let's get right into it. Number 10, the 10th most, important thing that I'm looking forward to is going to be the return of HMH, Haddonfield Memorial Hospital. Now, I am a big Halloween 2 fan, so seeing the HMH logo really made me giddy with excitement. I'm excited to see, the hospital again. Obviously, it looks a little bit bigger than it was in 1981. I know, different universe. But I think it's really cool to see. The reason it's only at number 10 for me is because I just don't feel like it's going to play a huge role in the story in Halloween Kills. I think it's kind of a side character, so to speak. We know Laurie's going to be there. I'm pretty sure Hawkins is going to be there. Looks like that's where the Sheriff Barker, tells Karen that Michael Myers is alive. So it looks like there will be some scenes there, but I don't think it's going to be integral to the plot. So that's only why it's at number 10. But still, nonetheless, exciting to see. Number 9 is going to be Laurie's dialogue, and specifically what I mean by is some of her lines about the Shape, some of her lines about Michael. She has kind of taken over a Loomis-type role, it seems like, in this film and in this new trilogy, which makes complete sense. And we obviously had that great line in the first trailer where she says, "The more he kills, the more he transcends." So I'm looking for some more lines like that, more fancy talk, as Brackett might say. So I'm excited to see, what she says, because some of my favorite moments from the original and from all the sequels that had him were some of Loomis's lines. That's kind of what made me fall in love with the franchise. It's what made me, think that this franchise was different than all the rest, was Loomis's dialogue. So I'm excited to see what Laurie has in store for us. So that's number 9. Number 8 is going to be Michael's escape from the fire at the Strode house. Now, I've been a big proponent since this movie was announced that I don't want to see this. But I've also been a realist, and I knew that they were going to show it because it's fucking gold. Michael escaping a burning building, killing a bunch of firefighters. I don't want to see it. I'd rather have him escape. But since I know what's happening, Even I can't deny that it's not going to be bad fucking ass. So that's number 8. Number 7, this could be a surprising one for you. This is going to be Allison's growth and character development. Allison, for all intents and purposes, is our new final girl, our new young Laurie Strode, right? She did not have too much to do from a character perspective in Halloween 2018. Mostly because, it was focused on Laurie and Laurie's trauma and all that stuff. Okay? So there wasn't really time to develop Allison. I don't feel like there's going to be enough time to really develop her character like I'd want in this movie. But I think they're going to have to do a little development nonetheless. Her father was just killed earlier that night. Michael is still alive. She's realizing her grandma was right. And if they want to make her, for all intents and purposes, the new Laurie Strode, the new final girl of the franchise, they're going to have to develop her character. So I'm really curious what they're going to do with that. So that is number 7. Number 6 is going to be how they end the movie. I have not read the script, but we do know this. We do know that originally this movie was going to be, Halloween Ends was going to continue this story on the same night. And somewhere along the lines, due to COVID and having some extra time, David Gordon Green mentioned that they changed that. So, he mentioned that, but did they already shoot it? There's just a lot of variables here. We know that Ends is going to take place a few years later, right? But they originally planned to end Kills where, not a cliffhanger, but it would have to be some kind of cliffhanger if it was going to take place on the same night. So how are they going to end this movie and then jump ahead 3 or 4 years? I don't know. It's very curious to me what's going to happen. I've been a big proponent that I just want Michael to quote unquote win this battle. I want him to, I want this to be the Empire Strikes Back, I've said, where he just beats the fuck out of the good guys. The good guys get their asses whooped. Just like an Empire, right? Luke got his hand cut off, Han was frozen in carbonite. It ended with, a little bit of hope, for the next battle. But for all intents and purposes, they got their asses whooped. And that's what I want to happen to the Strodes and Haddonfield and everyone. Get your asses whooped. Let Michael fucking end on a high note, this movie. So I'm curious how they're going to do it, but I just want to see how this movie ends. So that is number 6. Top 5, people. Number 5, it's going to be the Myers house. We have not got a real incarnation of the Myers house in a long time. Yeah, I know, Resurrection was okay, but Halloween 5, god-awful. So what are we going to get? From the images we've seen, it looks fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. So I'm excited to see what they're going to do with it. We know it's going to be in the flashback, and we know it's going to be in the present day. We know that Lonnie is saying in the vehicle, there's bodies leading to Michael's childhood home or whatever he says. So obviously there's going to be some part of this movie, whether it's the climax or whatever, that takes place at the Myers house. And it looks like, based on the scenes we've seen from the trailers, that people are living in there. I wonder what Michael's going to do to them. He might, slaughter the fuck out of them. So yeah, I'm excited to see what happens there with the Myers house. Number 4, possible spoiler from this last trailer. I'm warning you guys, it's an image from this last trailer I'm going to talk about. 3, 2, 1, talking about it. This is the image of young Michael Myers in the clown costume. If you didn't see the final trailer, yes, there's a flash in the pan image of Michael, what looks like young Michael, in the clown costume. Where the fuck are they going with that? Is that a flashback? Is that in Michael's mind? I don't know, but I am fucking excited to find out. It looked really well done. I'm excited to see what the fuck they're going to do with it. So, yep, that is number 4. Number 3 is going to be the kills in this movie, because as we can tell and as we anticipated, it looks like they're going to be fucking brutal. I'm talking Jason Voorhees style fucking brutal. I'm talking Dr. Sartain getting his head stomped brutal. How the hell can that be number 3 on my list, guys? Because I am, Halloween purist. I know people hate that term, but I am. So how can I be excited for all these kills? I don't know, guys. I just want to have fun with this movie. It's going to be it's going to be a fucking shit show of just carnage. And you know what? I decided I'm going to I'll critique things, but I'm just going to enjoy the ride. And look, it's 2021. We know that this movie is going to be fucking brutal as hell. From what we've seen, this is going to be Michael on a rampage. We've never really seen that before, outside of maybe the hospital massacre in H6. I'm excited to see what happens here. He's just going to there's going to be a shit ton of kills, and they're probably going to be brutal as hell. It's going to be a fun ride, so I'm excited to see it. All right, two more. Top two. Number 2 is going to be all the returning characters from the OG. Lonnie, Marion, Tommy, Lindsay, Brackett. I'm just excited for the nostalgia of that. We saw parts of them in this final trailer, except for there's only a little bit of Tommy, which is interesting to me. But we saw a lot of Lindsay. Brackett's probably gonna have a small role, but I feel like it'll be integral. Marion, we might have unfortunately found out something about her in the first trailer, but I'm excited for all of them. It's just gonna hit that nostalgia vibe. So yeah, that is number 2. And number 1, not surprising, is gonna be what they do in the flashback. I have had major concerns about this. I still do. If you watch a video I made last weekend, I kind of went on a rant about an image of the flashback. I'm not going to go into that now. Go check it out if you want to know my thoughts. As much as I am concerned, I am also excited. Guys, come on, we're going back to 1978. We haven't done that before. As scary as it is that they could fuck something up, they probably will. But as scary as this is, right now, before we see it, it's exciting as fuck. You know that. I know that. Anyone that denies that they're not excited to see what happens is probably either A, not a big Halloween fan, or B, a fucking liar. So whether you're concerned, cautious, whatever, you got to be a little excited to see it. So that is my number 1. All right, let me know what your guys' thoughts are. What are you most excited to see in this movie? We're 3 weeks away. I'll be checking in soon, guys.